So the next couple of hours pass, and eventually you hear kind of as you're starting to regain consciousness now, and you feel a very kind of like tense kind of like pain on your chest, and you wake up and you're like leaning forward, and you just feel like the front part of your torso is just really bruised.
Yeah, like my sternum is just like so sore. I'm gonna wipe a bunch of drool off my face and just kind of like look around and where are we?
Did you have a good nap, buddy?
We're almost there, Ted.
And Brachius.
And
Nope.
before your eyes can really adjust, Model Ra kind of sits in front of you, and he like touches the side of your head, and he like shines this giant bright light from his wrist tool, and he's like, "Do you feel groggy? Do you feel any residual symptoms at all?"
If annoyance is a residual symptom, then yes, I do.
I just woke up.
I mean, this is again, my apologies, but I feel your friend might have used excessive amounts of the sedative I gave you.
No, I apologize if that sounded sarcastic. I legitimately don't. You're the doctor. I don't know what the side effects are. I was trying to just be thorough.
Well, there's various things. It depends on, I guess, the species that you're in, but paralysis lasting longer than the duration of the sedative.
Oh, God, give it to me straight, Doc. Am I going to die?
No.
Actually lasting longer than 4 hours.
You seem okay, and he kind of like gives you the old like
just fine.
Rap of the knuckle on the knee, because your knee's pretty small, so it's basically
Tiny
like a
little
hammer.
reflexive kick.
Well, you probably should regain full motor functions. I would maybe take it a little bit easy if you're going to be moving about.
Oh, gee, thanks, Doc. And I just kind of like pull on my vest a little bit and rummage through pockets. Just start like
making sure stuff's still there.
Yeah.
So he kind of moves back into his seat, and just as he moves back,
Did he take his case with him?
yeah,
Damn it.
he seems to be now pretty attached to it.
Alright.
Just as he sits down, you hear from the cockpit, Chase, kind of, "Hey, welcome back to the land of the conscious there, small man.
Ted.
You all okay?"
You're not a man, but he's talking to you.
I know he's down with me. I'm just... Yeah, I'm okay. Doc says I gotta take it easy for a little bit.
Well, hopefully you recover a little bit, because we're here. And you see the display kind of disappears, and the front viewport slowly opens, and you hear just kind of the groaning of the pressure now, and Chase kind of like, you see him kind of reflexively lean back a little bit in his chair.
My eyes are glued to the viewport as they're opening, and I'm like reaching over for Zinnick's like, give me the shot, give me another shot.
And
I just look at the case.
the weird thing is that it's just pitch black. There's nothing. It reminds you of the visuals of deep space, except for the fact that there are no stars. There's no points of light. There's just pure, deep ocean. And a now smaller, kind of circular display pops up in between the two of them. And tapping a little bit more on the console, Data 3 looks over. Normally at this distance, the external guiding beacons would have kicked in by now. Taps a little bit more. Seems that there's some sort of electronic interference with accessing the remote controls to... Kind of taps a little bit more. Strange. Tapping a little bit more, you just hear him just furiously now just kind of going
And I'm gonna
crazy.
just like unobtrusively just like kind of just peek over his shoulder and like, you think it may be due to a power outage over there?
It seems that the outage doesn't seem to be originating from the station itself, but there's definitely a electromagnetic interference that's originating all around us, it seems, but I can't quite pinpoint where it is right now. He continues to tap away.
So we're in like a field of this right now, is what you're saying?
Right now, I'm guessing you guys have started to kind of move up to the cockpit area, one by one.
Yeah, I want to see where we're at.
Yeah.
It's
that was
a
question
tough,
I
it's a
couldn't
tough
read.
fit.
I was asking.
Tet, you're able to kind of get in the middle of them, and the three of you are able to get behind. It's making for a pretty cramped cockpit, but you guys are able to all cram in.
Yep.
And you see Model Ra behind all three of you, kind of. He's got his tiny 5'4" height, just trying to peek around you guys.
I'll let him get a better look.
And as he looks around, he's kind of, oh my. And
Well, what was that noise for?
can you see it?
See what? I don't see anything. It's black.
I guess our vision is a little bit more accustomed to the darkness of underwater, but I believe it should be visible to you shortly if we continue to move forward. And Chase kind of tapping on his side of the console and steering at the same time. He looks, son, we ain't gonna get any closer until we get confirmation that it's okay to dock, because frankly, this doesn't feel right. You hear a little bit more tapping. It seems that I've been able to bypass the main systems, and I think I can get the external guidance beacons activated. Theta 3 is now just full on, just like hands flying a lot faster than a normal person's hands could go.
3,000 EPM.
Yep.
He's got his macros all
And
in line.
with one final kind of keystroke, you see in the distance two orange lights. It's just very faint. Two more. They start to kind of in sequence spread apart and seem to be having a outline of the station. You roughly remember what it looks like. Furthermore, lights now poof, 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 poof on the outside of it, and it gives you a rough idea of what the shape is. The final kind of poof of brighter light blue lights erupt, and you kind of have to hide your
I see
eyes.
it now, Mo.
Yep. And you see the front end of the station extending over what now you can see the very edges of that canyon that you were informed about.
Deep Fall Ravine.
Deep Fall Ravine. And even though the lights, which at this depth to push out anything must be incredibly bright, you see as a very short distance down into the ravine, the light just seems to be absolutely engulfed, and there's just pure darkness down in there.
Well,
Hey.
do we have permission to dock now, Chase?
Well, we haven't had any contact.
I'd
Data
like to
there
send
was
that
able
out.
to Data there was able to reach out, but we should have been contacted by now with this proximity. This is a research station, but it's not exactly like we get a lot of traffic down here.
Well, Mo, what's the protocol? What if we don't get a reception to be able to dock?
Kind of looks at you. I'm not sure. I mean, normally the automated systems would kick in, and Theta 3 got segues, but it seems that there's some sort of electronic interference that's cascading from the trench itself and seems to be permeating the area. It's very difficult to get any sort of remote connection outside of road access. I kind of taps a little bit more. I think the gate into the moon pool should be accessible. It appears that it is. Yeah, I think I can get us in.
Let's give it a shot.
So the submersible kind of slowly passes the what appears to be kind of a octagon shape of the front part of the station, and you see that all of the panels are blocked off and like look to be sealed. As you guys are slowly descending underneath, there's kind of a chill that sort of runs down your spine. You know, you've got this point of reference now for, you know, terrain, and just as you are tilting forward, the pitch black of the trench, which really initially was, you know, seeming no different. There's just something really off-putting about the just absolute void of color that quickly, you know, encompasses the short distance, you know, rough guess probably about 100 feet down. Underneath the station you glide, and eventually you do see two large kind of doors open up, and the you know, guiding lights seem to be surrounding this moon pool entrance, and you best guess it's going to be a tight fit, but you see Chase kind of looking at the moon pool, and there's a readout next to him. You reach the water inside, and it's pitch black. The light only cascading from the guiding beacons underneath as the ship moves up, and you hear the low. Mind giving us a little bit of luminescence there, Theta 3? Oh, way ahead of you. And you hear a few keystrokes later. The lights on the front of the ship illuminate the inside of the area, and the whole moon pool area isn't really just a pool. It's the whole room is actually filled with water, and you see bright red lights kind of flashing on the corners as the water starts to recede down. And eventually you see the ship kind of settle out into what appears to be, you know, eye level, just above eye level with the edge, and one of the gantries rolls over the top, and you hear it kind of lock in a position over the top. Well, it seems tapping a little bit more. Yeah, it seems the pressurization is complete. The interior of the dock is stable, and the atmosphere is breathable. He looks over at Chase. Shall we?
You're coming with?
Well, I meant you. I'm staying with the submersible.
That's what I was going to ask. I think that's kind of a good idea.
As do I. Yeah, and now finally, Theta 3 turns, looks down, sees you. You're going too, correct?
Yes, why wouldn't I?
No reason. Turns and seems to be tapping on the
Okay,
console.
that was a very purposeful question.
Gets no response.
I'd expect an android to say something if he had something to say, but evidently not.
You see him
passive
turn back
aggressive
around.
android.
Chase is just like, guys, let's just get this done.